Hello, fellow Forex traders. It's Friday. Got here quick this week. It's December the 8th. Hope everybody's ready for a good and safe weekend. Been a good and trading week again this week. I won't be trading. I'll do maybe a video or two the week of Christmas, but I won't be trading that week all the way until after the first of the year at all. But I will have videos on there because the Forex market will be open, but there won't be a lot of movement. Very little. We had the non-farm payroll this morning here in the U.S. It moved the market a little bit, not a whole lot, not as much as anticipated, I believe. But it did move it. They had consumer sentiment, which I'm not sure why they even pay attention to that, because it's the same 12 people they use every year. And who knows how they are. They may have money and they're satisfied. They need to get the real average person in there to let them know how they feel. Not that that's going to make any difference anyway. Welcome to those who are new here to my YouTube channel. FX Starfleet is the name of it. For the new subscribers, thank you. For those who haven't subscribed, please do. If you would, I'd appreciate it. You'd also have to click on the bell. It will notify you, YouTube will, that when I have a video and I'm looking at possibly starting back doing live streaming. Need to have a little bit more response than what I've been having about going back to that again, because I did it for, like I said, 5 weeks without I've actually paid for some marketing to be able to get people to come in, but maybe the key is to do it for free. So I have to try that. Won't cost anything but time. Okay, here we go on the currencies. Pound dollar. After a big sell-off, we have a 1 hour buy signal. I am in this. I was able to get in right here on this candle. Low risk trade. That's what we want. See the low of this arrow candle. I have to wait on these. I have to wait on them. I don't know when they're going to show up, but it'll show up at some point. The low is 125.02 basically, and I got in at 26, so I had a $27 risk on the pound dollar. But I've not been able to take anything off yet, and I may not be able to because it being Friday and getting close to the close. Got about a little over an hour. Well, actually about 2 hours. So maybe I'll get fortunate and be able to take half off and move it to break even before the market closes. Forex market. The 4 hour looked like this. It's still in a sell, but it has made a big retracement of the big up move. So I'm looking for a little bit of retracement up, and then possibly to be able to get out. Hopefully get my profit. But anyway, I'm at break even right now because it has pushed up higher, and that's why I'm going to have it, since I'm going to be in it over the weekend. A lot of times on Fridays I don't like getting in. But this one I had to. Got to follow my system. When the system shows up like this and it starts to run away, and then it does a pretty good pullback, because that high was 62 and it came down to 22, so it was a 40 pip pullback. So I had to take that to be able to get in. But I'm at break even. Actually put $1 on it so I won't lose any money. So I'm happy with that. It's going to work or it ain't going to work from here. Aussie dollar. This ran away. We had a buy signal showed up like midnight, and it's ran away. Hasn't given a pullback. The low on that candle arrows is 65.25, and it is pulled down to 57. So that's basically a 33 plus the spread, $35 risk if you got in there. I don't really like that. I've got to have it lower on the Aussie dollar, because the takeoff on the first half of your trade's 30, so I need less than 30. 35, that's going to be, the risk reward is going to be skewed. So that's why I didn't take that trade. Didn't come down enough. The 4-hour Aussie looks like this. It's still in the sell after retracement. So those don't agree. One's a buy, one's a sell, but even though that is coming down. The pound CAD is in a 1-hour buy. It has ran away and looking for a pullback. That's probably not going to happen until Sunday night. The pullback down in here to where and get in. Because it has run away looking for the little pullback, give the low risk trade, then get in. The 4-hour on the pound CAD, let's see, is still in the sale, so those aren't in agreement either. So this could be just a retrace that's fixing to come. A pound yen made a 1-hour, this is 1 hour, right? 1-hour buy signal. That was late yesterday afternoon. And it's made a buy signal, and it came down for a buy opportunity. But I don't like when that wick does that, because a lot of times it's going to get filled in. So I need to wait for a better setup. If it can retrace and get close to that one, then I'll take it, because it would lower my risk. Here's too high. It's too high where it's trading at right now. So for me, nothing to do on the pound yen or the pound CAD. The 4-hour looked like this. See, it was the same way. It came down in there. That low was 178.57, and it came down to 108.10. So that's 120 pip risk. That's too much. I can't take it. Nothing to do on the pound yen or the pound CAD or the Aussie dollar. Euro New Zealand is in a buy. I was able to get in this. It's basically finally got to take half the profit off. So I've been able to move my stop to break even plus a couple of dollars actually on it. So now it's good to go. I've already took half the position off up here on Euro New Zealand. And the 4-hour looked like this. It also made a 4-hour buy signal. So those are in agreement right now. The 1 and 4-hour on the Euro New Zealand. The pound New Zealand should be the same picture. That was a terrible. If you didn't get in that one, there was that big poke down on news from this morning. That was from this morning. That was the chance to get in, and now it's gone up higher. But this got to be really quick. You almost have to have an order sitting there to be able to get in it. But because I'm in the Euro New Zealand, I don't like being in both, because they both kind of move the same direction. So reduce the risk on that. Didn't get in this. Didn't get in it. Pound New Zealand. There's the 4-hour. There's a better spike right there, looking right there to get in short. I mean long. With the arrows showed up, but like I said, I'm not in that one either. New Zealand yen. Done the same thing. The risk was too great. This one was the arrow lows 87.68. That low is 95 basically. So that's 20. So that's $30 risk. So that is within the parameters. But the only problem is I like getting it lower, because the New Zealand yen, I haven't taken off half of my position. I have to wait to 35 pips. So I need less than 30 to get in it. So I actually need to come down and get lower than that wick, and then I can go long. But a lot of times when wicks like that, it's going to get filled in and go a little bit lower. So I'm not in the New Zealand yen either. There's the 4-hour. Made both the 1 hour and 4 hours in agreement on the buys. Just the risk was too great. That's why I didn't get in. The Euro Aussie is still in a buy from way back over here on December the 4th, Monday. And it has come back into the buy. Oh, my order didn't get hit. Well, sometimes that happens. That low is 162.67, and it got down to 92. So that's 25 plus 4 on the spread, a $29 risk there. How did that not get hit? What was that low again? 88. Oh, I had it at 85. Missed it by 4 pips. Doggone it. Oh well, they do miss them like that. I see. I had an order sitting down in there in the 20s for the risk, and it didn't quite go down. If it comes down there now, it's probably going lower. So I'm going to cancel that trade since it's the weekend too. Go ahead and cancel that order. This is the Euro Aussie 4 hour in a buy. There's a perfect one right there. Come back into it. See how it just ran away? So you have to be patient. Remember, this happened on December the 1st on the 4 hour. I mean the 4th. And it ran up and it came back down and gave you an opportunity to get in, which I wish I would have, because I would be up now at 98. Yep, I would have already taken off half the position on it. The Euro Aussie is 40 pips, first half of the position to take off. But I missed it. So, for those of you who got it, congratulations. The Euro CAD 1 hour has made a 1 hour buy signal. Not in this. The 4 hours made a buy signal. Like I said, I'm not in the Euro CAD, but those both in agreement on the buy side. The pound Aussie, I am in this one. Was able to get in it. I had a semi arrow, which I do have one, which is in the when it makes a huge bigger move. Sometimes these will show up, not all the time, but sometimes. And when it does, it started to run away, and it actually came back down. And that was on this morning. But because it moved really slow, they seemed they liked the report, but it just on the currencies it didn't explode. On the stock market it did. So it gave me an opportunity to get in. I've already taken off half the position, and my stop is now at break even plus $2. So I'll let that go over the weekend. It's going to make money. So pound Aussie, and here's the 4 hour. Now it came down, made the big retracement, came back into it. Now this may just be a retracement because it still isn't a buy from way over here on November the 2nd. So it's still in a buy, it's just not gone anywhere. It's kind of stayed in this range. So I got to be careful of that. With the holidays coming up, the range is going to be smaller and smaller. So just remember that. CAD yen. The high risk was too high with that candle, came back up, didn't come down enough. That was 88, and that low was 1920. 104, 60, 70, almost 70 pip risk when it came down to that. I can't take that because the CAD yen is 35 pips. That's where I take off half of it. So I got to be down around 20 or less to be able to get it, and that didn't come down nowhere near far enough. So I got to have it come down, take out that wick, kind of come down in here, and then go long. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen next week. The 4 hour on the CAD yen, same thing. There's the pictures. The risk was too great. Not in the CAD yen. I'm not. Nothing to do there. Got to wait. The Euro yen, same thing. You got the low right here at 85. And that low is at 15. That's $74 risk right there. So again, nothing to do on the Euro yen. Got to wait. Got to be patient. It may try to run up here, but it should come back. This is what the 4 hour looked like. But they said that low was 154.33, and that's 100 and no, that's not right. 153.15. 154, $120 risk on the 4 hour. So that was even worse than the 1 hour. Because the 1 hour is 75. So I'm not in this trade. The risk is too great. Can't take it. Aussie yen, same thing. 93.72 is that arrow's low. 94.16. So that is $47 risk. Aussie yen is 35 also. Have to take off half at 30, so I've got to have it lower than that. I needed to come down, take out that wick a little bit, then I can go long. Makes the risk to reward better, and hopefully it's going to be a big turn up. And I've got a feeling it's going to be with, because usually Santa Claus rally, even though we didn't have one last year, it's coming up. 4 hour on the Aussie yen looks like this. Still no chance to get in. It may run up and through here because this, see, that's called a flush down. All of this is a flush down. Flush down, hardly any retracement, bigger flush down. So expecting to move back up into here. That'll probably take all the way till Christmas if it's going to push up. But I need it to come down first and then go up. I mean, we've got 2 weeks from Monday. It's Christmas. So hopefully, you know, Sunday night and Monday, it'll come down here. And then the rest of the time up to Christmas, it'll move up into there and fill that in. Going to look for a buy on the Aussie end, but there's nothing to do there on it. Well, that's it for today's video. This is being recorded to be posted in about 30 minutes or less. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and please, if you haven't subscribed, I'm not begging for subscribers. If I get them, that's great. If I don't get them, that's great too, but I'm just doing it because my time is valuable. It's free what I do this for, give this information. I do, for those of you who don't know, if this is your first time here, I do Forex swing trading. I don't do day trading, even though sometimes there is a trade during the day during the New York sessions, but not all the time. So just remember that. Swing trading, I hold. I don't go for 8 to 10 pips like the average trader Joe does. Because then they have to move their stop loss up so they don't lose that 8 to 10 pips, and then they get stopped out, and then they got to hunt for another trade. So that's why there's no reason to take that when you get there. Here's a perfect example of what I do. Strategy, look for. When my arrows show up, you can't get those anywhere. They're not for sale. I don't give them away. I created them. I had a friend of mine who knows how to write that JavaScript code, which I have no clue how to do any of that kind of stuff. But fortunately, I have a friend who does work in that field, and he knows how to do that stuff. It would just blow my brains out trying to figure out how to do that. To get the computer to figure out what you want it to do at certain times and at certain prices, which is this is based on time and price all together. When they show up, it kind of runs away. You could have got in there, but then it comes up and retraces. There's the opportunity to get in with a low risk trade. The high on that candle was 98.58, and the high on this candle was 98.53. So you had $6 plus the 2.5 spread, so about $8.50 was all you had to risk on this trade to get this. So why would you take 8 to 10 pips? There's absolutely no reason, none whatsoever, to be able to do that. When all you got to do is follow this down when it comes in. Your stop initially is there. When you have the pull down where you take off, which would have been right in here, half your position. Then once you take off half the position, then you can move it to break even. And then watch it come down when it goes like this. You need a little retracement. See what you had, a little retracement here. It flushes down, takes out the lower low of that candle right there, pushes down, then you can move your stop down to there. Now you've made a little bit of money plus your first half of the position. You don't have to hunt for another trade. It comes down, does another little retrace, flushes down, then you can move your stop down to here. Now it's made more money than the first half you took off. That's the whole point. That's what it's supposed to do when it works. Does it always work? No, absolutely not. So get that in your heads. If you're expecting that's going to work every time, it won't. So if you're afraid of taking losses, you don't need to be trading, period. You don't need to be trading. Now when it makes another retracement up, makes another flush down, there's where you move your stop to. But when it does this, you have got to figure out where to bring it down to, because it's going to retrace this. So you need to bring it down, because that's a huge move right there, a 150 pip move just right there. So you've got to bring it down. When this shows up is the best time for me to get out when I've been in it short like that, because there's a good chance, about a 70% chance, 68% I think is what my back testing said, that when this shows up that there's going to be a turn. So I would have been out when this showed up on that candle right there. I'd have been out. So that's the strategy in the nutshell. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Be ready for Trading Monday. There's a little bit of news next week, not a whole lot. Most of it's from the other countries. So if you get any of those, be careful. You can go to forexfactory.com and it'll go in there, and you go in there and look at the calendar, and it'll tell you the countries and what news they have coming out in their countries. So if you're in any of those currencies, be careful. So if you got any questions or comments, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, FX Starfleet. That's one word. And under the video, there's a comment section in there. Just ask away or comment away, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can, which is usually pretty quick, unless you live overseas, and then you do it while you're up and I'm sleeping, and then it's going to be the next morning, of course. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday with another video.